Back in a minute, Biff.
One.
As they investigate the incident. Daniel Barnett, ONN News.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
Who are the toughest men and women in the Ohio Valley? It's the 41st Annual Budweiser Tough Man Contest, co-sponsored by WTOV 9, Wheeling, Ohio County CVB, Thomas Auto Centers, The World Gym, Jill's Gentlemen's Club, A Class Act, and ICR Equipment Rental Sales and Supply. Coming February 18th and 19th to Wheeling's West Banco Arena. See up to 100 men and women slug it out for thousands in prize money. Tickets are available at the West Banco Arena box office or online at westbancoarena.com. Or to charge by phone, call 800-514-3849. It's the 41st Annual Budweiser Tough Man Contest. Coming February 18th and 19th to Wheeling's West Banco Arena. And if you're planning to stay in Wheeling on the Tough Man weekend, the Wheeling, Ohio County CVB is offering special hotel rates for Tough Man fighters, ring girls, and fans. For details, go to WVToughman.com. That's WVToughman.com.
The new year is here, and so are the new Toyotas. So visit your dealer and reserve yours today. Like the all-new Tundra, redesigned from the ground up and engineered for uncompromising power. Or explore the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end January 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tab, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
My name's Teresa, and I'm a special educator in Lost Creek.
And my name is Megan, and I live in Marlinton. I'm a single mom with 4 amazing kids, and I work full-time at a nonprofit.
When I got COVID last fall, I was able to take paid leave. But if I got COVID now, we'd be choosing between paying bills and buying groceries.
Like many families in West Virginia, my struggle is finding childcare. Too many parents are facing impossible choices between working and caring for their kids.
Emergencies happen. If you are working hard at a job and get COVID and get sick, it shouldn't be financially devastating.
It's past time we invested in childcare so parents can work, providers are paid living wages, and kids get a strong start. Senator Manchin, my family is counting on you.
Senator Manchin, my family is counting on you too.
It's time that we ensure that our families and economy thrive.
It's time to pass Build Back Better.
Paid for by Moms Rising Together.
Sick of waiting for your furniture to arrive? Menards has the furniture you need in stock. Plus, you get a free rug. That's right. Buy any upholstered living room furniture at $2.99 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. Need a new chair? How about a sectional, a new recliner, or love seat? Buy one today, get a free rug. Hurry up. Get to Menards before they're gone. In-store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog.
Hello, everyone. From The Watchdog, I am the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Partly to mostly sunny skies, another cold day with a high near 32. The overnight low of 21 degrees under partly cloudy skies. You'll see mostly cloudy skies around for your Tuesday with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From The Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning.
This morning?
Guess what today is?
Today is National Hot Chocolate Day.
I'll make some hot chocolate.
I'm making some hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate? So, where's the hot chocolate?
That is the largest cup of hot chocolate.
Happy National Hot
Chocolate
Day.
You know what would be great right now? Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate is ready.
It's showtime.
Conversations you care about with people you know. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe on WKKX and WVLY.
Here we go again. Final hour out on a Monday edition of the show. Last day of the month of January for 2021. A 12th of the year is over and done with already. Are we happy about that? I'm going thumbs up. 9/11 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. 13 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. A little bit of feels like temperature. Feels like 7. 11 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. It feels like 11. No wind chill to worry about here. And 11 degrees and feels like 11 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. It's foggy outside, starting off with some fog, some clouds. Aaron says sunshine will break through this afternoon. Daytime high up to around 34. Warming up pretty much for the next couple of days, but then come Wednesday, some rain. The rain will turn to freezing rain, maybe mixed with a wintry mix, and even snow later in the week. 9/12 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Where have we been? What have we been doing? West Virginia's filing deadline for the primary has passed, or the May election, because at least one of them is not a primary, it's the school board election, but the filing deadline for the May election has passed, and so we now have a better idea of who's running for what and when. We're going to have a race in the fall for the delegate district seats that used to be Ohio County 3rd Delegate District. Under the new plan, it's called the 4th and 5th. It used to be Erica Storch and Sean Fluharty representing one district. Fluharty will represent one district now. Fluharty is running from one district, and Storch is running from another. Over the weekend, the lawyer with a gun, Teresa Torreseva, announced that she is going to run against Erica Storch in the fall. So it'll be Storch and Torreseva for I think that's the 5th district. I'm still not up on my numbers yet. And then in the 4th district, Sean Fluharty has announced he's going to run for re-election. But according to reports, the young daughter, I say that because the newspaper says there's going to be a youthful twist to the election, which again I think has to make Sean like, what? I'm the old guy now. The young daughter of current Republican Party chairman in Ohio County, Elgin McCardle, Brooke McCardle. She's 22 years old. She is a hockey player at Elmira College, and she's going to apparently has filed her papers as well. We don't see it yet on the candidacy list, but they were mailed in. So it looks like Sean and McCardle in the fall, Storch and Torreseva in the fall as well. Ohio County, First Senatorial District will have both a Democrat and a Republican primary. That's going to be interesting. The congressional race in the 2nd Congressional District, which we've been talking about as a Mooney-McKinley race, is actually Mooney, McKinley, and 5 other people, or 3 other people, a total of 5. And how's that going to affect things? We'll see about that. The Ohio County School Board has 2 incumbents and 3 newcomers running. That, I think, is going to be interesting. That is not a primary, but it will be in the May election. So that's where we are on the election filing. Today is, well, I keep saying today. They could come in over the next couple of days. Anybody who filed by Saturday midnight and the papers were postmarked by Saturday midnight still will be on the filings, and we'll see if any others come in today.
And don't forget, Howard, with the school board race with the candidates who are running.
Yeah.
Just a tip: make sure you know what district they're running in, or whatever they divide it by. Make sure you know which ones they're running in, because with the school board, you can't have 2 from the same area and all that fun stuff. So
you have to have on the school board. You must have 1 member from each ministerial district, and you can't have more than 2. So this is that race where people get kind of frustrated sometimes. It could be, depending on how the districts fall, the votes fall, you could end up finding the 4th or 5th place candidate becomes one of the winners because of the magisterial districts. We'll get into it more carefully. I don't know who's in what district right now, but we'll get into that more carefully, get closer to it. But Biff is absolutely right. That gets to be complicated, and invariably we have fights about that. That's just not right.
you talk about needing to pull out a whiteboard and figure everything out. You need it with the Ohio County School Board race.
Right, because you have to, first of all, have someone from each of the districts. So I don't even know who's from what district, so forget names. If you have 2 people from District 2 who come in first and second, and if one of the remaining members of the school board already is District 2, you got to skip over those 2, the first 2, and go to number 3 or 4, whoever is from a different district. It's very confusing. It's not that complicated, but it can be confusing, and it really looks like the winner isn't winning, but this is the way it is. You always point this out, Biff, and it's good that you do. We've got some D.C. talk coming up a little bit later on in this hour if I have a chance. Former Clinton advisor Jim Carville continues to harangue the Democrats, saying, you guys, y'all got to pay. I just realized he sounds like Jim Justice when I do that imitation. But he's got that Southern drawl. Y'all just you gotta stop doing what you're doing. You gotta pay more attention to getting elected. We'll talk about Carville, and I agree with Carville, by the way. So I'll share what he had to say. He's been saying it for several weeks. He said it again in an interview over the weekend. We'll talk about that. Trump told a weekend rally that he wanted Mike Pence to overturn Biden's election. Says if he is reelected, Trump, he will pardon everyone charged in the January 6th insurrection. And he threatens another major protest. Air quotes, protest. So, yikes. Got all of that coming up. But first here at 9:18, 18 after the hour, before I go any further, remind you the text line is open, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. Happy to have you on the text line. Or if you'd like to, you can join us on the CityNet hotline. Call in and we can talk at 304-232-8255. Biff and I were talking last hour about a bill that is pending in the legislature in Charleston. Came out of the Health and Resources Committee of the Senate last week, goes to Judiciary this week. It is a bill that would make it a misdemeanor crime for you to smoke in your own car if there is someone 16 years or younger in the car. I think Biff and I both said it's a tough one. I do want to try to have private property rights very protected, but I also think we got to protect the children. So, we'll have to, I haven't made up my own mind on that yet. So we've been talking about that. I got a text from someone, maybe an Uber driver, I'm not totally sure. Howard, I have to drive around with smokers in the passenger seat. In weather like this, they insist on rolling down their window. Then the frigid air with smoke hits me in the neck. If they weren't paying me, I'd kill them faster than a cigarette does. Yikes. Yikes. I'm not sure who, I'm just making a guess. It must be an Uber driver. So, okie dokie then. All righty. Yeah, again, it's something I'm really confused about. I haven't made up my own mind. Do we think that we should intrude into people's personal property in order to protect the children? I mean, how can you say no to that? But then again, it's a tough one. I'll let them work it out in Charleston for a while, and then I'll have some more thoughts on it. It's 9:20 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. When last we met, Biffy, we spent a good bit of our time on Friday talking about the governor's so-called State of the State speech, which ended with an anal cavity being shown. Have you gone back and looked at that picture, Biff, of Baby Dog's butt?
I haven't personally gone back. I mean, the news.
I've gone back and looked at it a couple times. Actually, I wrote an opinion piece about it. It's on our website at watchdognetwork.com under the opinion section, and I posted the picture at the top of the opinion piece. It's just plain ugly. I mean, it's just ugly. There's baby dogs.
I mean, that's the only time I see it is if the news is going, like for a review of the headlines or whatever, and it just so happens that that's the footage that they show. That's the only other time I've seen it.
I mean, it's just ugly. I mean, not the baby dog. Baby dog's cute from the front. Okay? A lot of people are cute when you look at them from the front, but if you turn them around, bend them over, and pull their drawers down and show their arse, it isn't quite so cute. Anyway, Jim Justice was on with Hoppy on Friday, and I give Hoppy a lot of credit. He said, Governor, come on, really? And the governor said, well, I think first and foremost, anybody who thinks negatively about that just needs to take a few deep breaths and enjoy life a bit. And enjoy life a bit? Watching baby dog's butt on the floor of the House of Delegates in the midst of our gorgeous Capitol in an official State of the State speech?
And going, oh, please, Governor, don't drop her.
Did that worry you too? That worried me. Because baby dog was kind of squirming around a little bit. Like,
yeah, I'm like, oh, don't. That would be, it's bad enough that you're showing the backside of the dog, but then to drop the dog and have PETA just all over you for doing that, I mean, talk about adding insult to injury. There it would be right there.
Well, the governor says it's just, well, you just got to lighten up a little bit. It's just funny. It's just a joke. And a lot of people took it that way. I mean, a lot of people took it that way and said that, come on, lighten up. It's funny. Now, there's some interesting little byplay here. Roger Hanshaw, who is the Speaker of the House of Delegates and therefore controls the House chamber where the speech occurred, apparently had told the governor, rules of the House are you cannot bring that dog into the chamber. Period. But is a good word to use there, isn't it? But the governor decided that after all, he's the governor. He doesn't have to follow the rules of the chamber. So he decided to let baby dog come in. And Roger Henshaw, according to all reports that I'm hearing, he did not get too public about this, but Henshaw was really ticked off. I told the governor, don't do it, and he did it anyway. And it wasn't just that he brought him into the chamber and there comes the dog clumping down the aisle. And I don't know about anybody else, but part of me kept thinking, God, I hope he didn't have anything to eat right ahead of time because, At any rate, not only did he come clumping down the aisle, climbed up into the governor's lap, but then the governor turns him around and shows his butt for everybody to see. And of course, the governor says it's because he didn't like Bette Midler's comments, and it's for Bette Midler and all those people who criticize West Virginia. Baby doll says, "Here's my butt. Here's my butt." Bette Midler did respond remember, Bette Midler made some inappropriate comments after Joe Manchin said he was not going to support Build Back Better, and she made some negative comments about the state, and the governor criticized her, so did other legislators, and she apologized. You got to give her credit. Bette Midler said, okay, I was getting a little bit carried out of hand. So the governor says, well, here's baby dog's butt for Bette Midler. Bette Midler over the weekend says, by the way, here are the state rankings of all the areas and agencies in which the so-called governor of West Virginia, Jim Justice, is responsible. Then she showed a picture of a U.S. News and World Report which lists West Virginia as 47th in the list of best states. Bette Midler says, judging from these rankings, I'd say his dog's arse would make a better governor than he is. So I'm guessing the Midler-Justice feud is probably not done yet.
I would.
Meanwhile, virtually all of the national media highlighted baby dog's butt. CNN, ABC, NBC. I'm trying to think of so many others that I saw over the weekend. There it was, baby dog's butt. Big story about the governor and baby dog's butt. And isn't that just a great image for us to have in West Virginia, huh? The week that the legislature was approving moonshine, another great stereotype for West Virginia, the governor brings out baby dog's butt, and it is now national news, border to border, coast to coast, on major television, major newspapers. Yeah, New York Times did a piece on it. Everybody's talking about baby dog's butt. Jeez. And the governor says, why, if you don't understand, it's just a joke. Why, you don't have, go get a life. What do you say, get a life? Or you don't have a life? Something. Just go get a life. He's just crass.
And then I think in that if that's the same interview he did with Hoppy, I think, and I don't know why he ended the interview this way, but he ended it with Hoppy saying, "Y'all be good." I mean, I heard that. I'm thinking, what?
Y'all be good.
Yeah, y'all. That's a weird way to Ted, but okay, y'all be good. So I thought, maybe for the rest of today, anytime I see somebody, that's how I'll just start ending my conversations. You be good. It's like you're talking to a little kid or something, like
Y'all be good now.
Yeah. Now you kids be good.
You be good. Hoppy at the end of the rainbow, there's baby dog's butt. Hoppy's commentary today will not make the governor happy, I am sure. Headline of the commentary at WVMetroNews.com that Hoppy wrote, "Baby dog's backside backfires." Basically, he says that, he quotes some of the, I think it's Barnum and Bailey, P.T. Barnum, who said any publicity is good publicity. And basically, Hoppy says, look, P.T. Barnum was wrong. Not all publicity is good publicity, especially when a mistake or negative image can be flashed around the world instantly. West Virginia, this is Hoppy speaking, West Virginia has much to offer visitors and would-be residents, but baby dog's backside on graphic display by the state's governor during a statewide address in the Capitol is not one of them. Hoppy is right on with that. I haven't talked to Hoppy about this, but Hoppy's getting so much, Hoppy used to be a good, reliable, conservative voice for many people. And that's why, you get all these calls all the time. Hoppy, we love you. Thank God there's people like you to counteract the nitwits like Monroe, But lately, Hoppy has been saying, for example, vaccines are necessary. Hoppy has been saying the insurrection was wrong. And now he's getting just super negative comments from, once upon a time, his fans. Hoppy, I don't know, you've turned on us now. You've turned on us now. I can't help but think at some point, and then we get the baby dog thing. At some point, Hoppy's got to be going, I'm getting kind of old for this. So, now, not everybody disagreed with the baby dog thing. There was a bakery in Charleston, the Rock City Cake Company in Charleston, created Baby Dog Says Kiss My Hiney cookies. So you could go and buy cookies with pictures of baby dog's hiney on them.
Those would go good with your hot chocolate this morning on National Hot Chocolate Day.
Who wants to eat a picture of baby dog's butt?
Oh, Howard, you could have fun eating that cookie.
I don't.
We eat foods into certain shapes and try and make stuff out of them.
Well,
I think he'd give you something to do and something to talk about for your breakfast this morning.
Yeah, that's true. But somehow, when I'm thinking about my sausage gravy and biscuits this morning or some good crisp bacon or something, I don't want to have the image of baby dog's butt in my head. But maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just a little off base on that. This bakery, a Rock City Cake Company in Charleston, they had made, remember a number of months ago, Amy Schuler Goodwin, the mayor of Charleston, had asked the governor to, I can't remember, was it create a task force on homelessness or something like that, substance abuse, and the governor just blew her off, basically. I remember he said, Amy, baby, if you want to do it, you go ahead, Amy, baby.
Yes.
Remember that? Amy,
yes.
Baby.
Oh.
This bakery, the Rock City Cake Company, back then made a cookie as well, saying, do it for Amy, baby. Sometimes when life gets tough, you got to put on a cookie. We love you, Madam Mayor, said the company when they put on the do it for Amy, baby cookies. So, hey, if something is out there causing controversy, Biffy, somebody will find a way to make money off of it.
And I mean, why not? If you can do it, then go ahead and do it.
It's the American way.
I mean,
it's the American way. So, Baby Dog's butt backlash is still continuing. 9:32, 28 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Let's check some headlines from Metro News, see what they're working on down in Charleston. Also, we've got Bill DeFabio's with us this morning. Is that right, Biffy?
Yes, he is. Bill is with us. A recap of the NFL championship games, and the Penguins lost to the Kings yesterday, which I'm still trying to figure out why the Kings had those goofy, shiny silver helmets on. They looked absolutely ridiculous, but yeah, Penguins unfortunately lost at home to them 4-3 yesterday afternoon. So,
well, we'll check in with Bill. We'll check in with the Metro News folks, and in the next half hour, before we turn things over to Hoppy at 10, we'll check in with our friends at the Big Seven, see what they're working on. I'll check in with you on the text line if you want to, but right now it's 9:33, 27 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
West.
I know. What's the story?
They needed prior authorization to cover it. She said there were 2 different medications they wanted me to try first. So apparently they didn't, Cindy didn't talk to those, I don't know who she talked to, but she said she didn't have anything in my list that they even talked.
So what are we doing now?
I'm going to use this medication because I paid for it.
Yeah, but what in the meantime?
When I go to get it refilled, they're going to have to get a prior authorization for it, and they're going to probably have to explain, I've been using it and I need it. And she was telling me I should have only paid $100 and some for it. I said, oh no. She said, the pharmacist should have probably given you a discount on that, and they didn't. I don't know if I have a recourse to go back for that.
I don't know. This point, I just want you to get well.
I'm better.
No.
I'm not. You don't have anything?
No. No.
Battling addiction for 25 years.
It helps break down barriers that addiction causes people to have in order to get into the work environment and to be able to be employable.
Since its inception in 2019, the program has had more than 200 graduates. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
The Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams will be playing in Super Bowl 56. In the AFC title game, the Bengals stunned the Chiefs, winning in overtime 27-24. This is the star quarterback for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow.
I knew that coming in, I didn't really run a lot against them the first game. Didn't really extend a lot of plays. So I think going in, I kind of expected them to, not really account for that.
So the season comes to a closure for the Chiefs and their head coach, Andy Reid.
I do appreciate the work in which each guy put in, so and respect them for that, especially where we were early in the season.
Meanwhile, in the NFC title game played in Los Angeles, the Rams defeated the visiting San Francisco 49ers 20-17, leading the way on the Rams offense, quarterback Matthew Stafford.
I feel blessed to be able to play in this league for as long as I have, but I sure am happy for this opportunity for not only myself, but really so many guys in that locker room that deserve this too.
The Pittsburgh Penguins were in action Sunday, and they lost at home 4-3 to the visiting LA Kings. This is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mike Sullivan.
We've had moments when we've been better, but it hasn't been consistent, and that's the game we have to bring, is a consistent game. And right now it's just it's not as consistent.
I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdogs.
On the last talk line on Metro News, Governor Jim Justice on showing baby dogs' backside to critics of West Virginia during the State of the State address.
Anybody that would think, negatively needs to take a few deep breaths and enjoy life just a little bit.
All right, keep up with what's happening in West Virginia on Talkline. Comes your way weekdays at 10:06, right here on this Metro News radio station. We'll talk to you then.
Shop Menards' full selection of over 7,000 interior lights. Find your style with Patriot Lighting's great selection of unique styles and finishes, like our Samuel Lighting collection. The vintage industrial design comes in a bold bronze finish with clear glass shades that show off the vintage style bulbs. Add rustic elegance today with a Samuel 5-light chandelier, on sale just $149.99. Save big money with Patriot Lighting now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy all types of real estate completely as is. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
CA House Music has all the gear to make your music legendary. With all the best gear, including Fender, Epiphone, Yamaha, and more, CA House will have you rocking in no time. Get the most for your money with everyday low prices. And we meet or beat internet pricing. Play before you buy and let our product specialists help you pick out the instrument that's right for you. CA House Music, supporting local musicians since 1872. Play music for life.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
You can listen to the Watchdog on your Amazon personal assistant. Just say, Alexa, play WKKX from TuneIn, or play WVLY from TuneIn.
We're on air, online, on video, and on demand. Find us where you like us. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
A couple of quick news items here, then I've got some entertainment news I want to get to before Bob gets in here for the Big Seven. Active cases of COVID in West Virginia up slightly. Really, it's basically flat. It's technically a little increase in the number of active cases, but I think we could call it flat as of yesterday. Hospitalizations are also basically flat. down a little bit from the figure on Thursday, which was the highest number of hospitalizations ever during COVID-19. So we're down a little bit, but still up there pretty high. No fatalities reported yesterday, and 39 of the 55 counties in West Virginia are red. Today down in Charleston, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow once it officially happens today, 2 Monongalia County delegates are going to plan a news conference to introduce a bill preserving a patient's right to an abortion. There is a strong anti-abortion bill working its way through the legislature, but Barbara Fleischauer and others are trying to introduce I guess you'd call it a pro-choice bill, or a way to protect the patient's right to an abortion. Given the climate of the legislature, I'm not sure that'll have much chance of passage, but we'll find out. We'll watch that story throughout the day. Today on Metro News, statewide talk line at 10:06, and then, of course, half past the hour every hour throughout the day. Danielle Walker, I'm sorry, I said Barbara Fleischauer. I do apologize. Danielle Walker and Evan Hansen from Mon County will be those who will talk about this bill later on today. James Carville, who was it's the economy stupid guy during the Bill Clinton campaign, the guy credited really for having crafted the message that got Bill Clinton elected, has been speaking out a lot lately about the way his fellow Democrats are dealing with the Build Back Better bill and some of the other situations. And Carville continued that this weekend in an interview with Vox magazine. Here is what Jim Carville says Democrats need to do. Biff, you ready for this? Very important piece of advice.
Yes.
Just win some goddamn elections. That's his advice. Okay.
That's that's easier said than done, I think would be the line for that comment.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, yes, you're right. Just win some elections. Now, his next point is one that I think is really, really important. And I take a lot of flack for this from inside my own party, including a lot of my good friends. Twitter is not real life. That's a comment from James Carville, and I quote here. Only 11% of the Democratic Party is progressive. It is the smallest part of the party, but they make up 70% of the noise, referring to Twitter. Also in newsrooms and academia, everybody talks about the progressive side of things, but Carville points out the progressives in the party are a minority. I think that's something West Virginia Democrats need to really get a handle on. I may be a progressive, but I understand you can't force that agenda through, and that's what's happening on Capitol Hill. And Carville says, all I can tell you, this is what people hear, and that's what's done to weaken our political immune system. People believe progressive ideas are what the party represents, that they want to defund the police, they want open borders, they want to empty the jails. That's defining the party, and it's not what the party is all about, says Jim Carville. And I think he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Carville also wants the left wing of the party to back off criticizing Joe Manchin. Again, a point very well made, quoting Carville. A Roman Catholic Democrat in a state in which not a single county has voted Democrat since 2008, Manchin's in an unusual place. So back off of Manchin, because there's not much Manchin can do. That's a good point. He is in a state that's not had a single county vote Democrat for president since 2008. Real politic, reality of life. I think Carville says it well. And I go back to the comments that Mitt Romney made a few weeks ago. Again, I want to be clear, I don't carry all of Romney's conclusions through, but his premise was Joe Biden was elected to, quote, stop the crazy, end quote. He wasn't elected to make great transformations in public policy. He wasn't elected to swing the country far to the left and bring in all of these transformative, progressive ideas. They may be great, and I think they are. But the reason Joe Biden was elected, one reason and one reason only. He wasn't Donald Trump. That's it. And the left wing of the party seems to believe that somehow they have been empowered to bring about sweeping change. Now, speaking personally, I think we could bring about incremental change. I think that a pared down Build Back Better bill, for example, might make some sense. You got to do what you can do. This is a line a friend of mine told me years ago. We live as we can, not as we wish. Would we like to have, I mean, many wouldn't, but assuming you're among those who would like to have all of these left-wing progressive ideas, universal health care and massive climate change legislation and additional child care, would we like that? Yes. But politics is a game of what can you get done.
And there's only so much that one person can get done.
Correct. And you have to come to that realization. And the left wing of the party, and again, I have friends and family that beat me over the head on this and tell me I'm an old guy. And I am an old guy. And you know what being an old guy means you have, Biff?
Wisdom.
Experience.
Oh.
Experience. I've been through this. I've seen it. You can't bring about massive swings, especially in today's divided society. You bring it about incrementally. Build Back Better. Let's get to the table and talk about individual pieces of that bill that might make some sense. Child care tax credit. Senator Manchin seems willing to look at a very modified version of that. Would we like to see, would I like to see a complete extension of what we have now or even expansion of it? Yes. Can we get that past the Senate? No. So we've got to sit down and find something that's manageable. And I think Carville is right on track with this. I think Carville's right on track with this. Only 11% of the Democratic Party is progressive. It's the smallest part of the party, but they make up most of the noise. And that's true. If you go to, as I do frequently, Twitter, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, get a lot of information that way, follow Stephen and Brad and Mark and others as far as the legislature goes. If you follow Twitter, you would believe that the whole world wants to bring about progressive change. It's not true. Again, Romney. Biden was elected to stop the crazy. Now, having gotten elected, you could do things. You could make improvements. You could do incremental change. But trying to force these big stuff, and then you got the far left saying, well, if you modify this too much, we won't vote for it. And Carville says the secret to success is to win elections. Right now, I think we're on a losing path towards elections. Now, again, I will take a huge amount of flack for this from my own friends and family, and I get it, and I'm an old guy. But I think old guys bring with them experience, and therefore we have a better idea of what can work and has worked. Now, it's certainly true, just because it did work or didn't work in the past doesn't mean it will work or won't work now. But you know the old phrase, if you don't study history, you're doomed to repeat it. And I think you need to study political history to learn this kind of stuff. All right, 9 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Do I have time to squeeze some entertainment news in, Biffy?
Yes, we do.
Let's do a quick entertainment report here, if we could do that.
ABC Entertainment News.
Spotify responding to criticisms that its podcasts are spreading misinformation about COVID-19. CEO Daniel Ek said Sunday that the streaming audio service is working on adding a content advisory to any podcast episode that talks about COVID, which will direct listeners to a hub that'll share COVID facts from doctors and scientists. The move comes after Neil Young and Joni Mitchell both demanded their music be pulled from Spotify, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who have a content deal with Spotify, expressed concerns. WKRP star Howard Hessman has died.
All right, Cincinnati, it is time for this town to get down.
He played Dr. Johnny Fever on the late 70s, early 80s sitcom, and was also known for Head of the Class, One Day at a Time, and other shows. He died Saturday from complications related to colon surgery. Howard Hessman was 81.
Ever since I got bit by that spider.
Spider-Man No Way Home, #1 for a 5th time at the box office, though there were no new wide releases in North America this past weekend. And Scandal star Kerry Washington is 45 today. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Spider-Man No Way Home, 11 million, #1 at the box office. Scream, 7.5 million, #2. Sing 2, boy, that is a fun show. It's a cartoon. It's kind of a kiddie show. Got great music in it. We have watched it, I believe, 8 times now here at home. It's in the theaters, but it's also available online for a fee. And Teddy loves it, and I love it. I mean, we've watched it ourselves, my wife and I, even without the kid around. Sing 2 came in at #3, 4.8 million. If you have a chance to see it, go see it. Some great music in there. Redeeming Love, #4. The Kingsmen, #5. The 355, I have no idea what that is, came in at #6. American Underdog, #7. Ghostbusters Afterlife came in #8. I've seen trailers for that, Biffy. That looks really good. Now, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. My kids, when they were kids, grew up on Ghostbusters. We had every Ghostbuster toy. We watched every Ghostbuster movie. We had every Ghostbuster cartoon. This new one that came out this weekend, Ghostbusters Afterlife, is about the children of the original Ghostbusters discovering that their dads were Ghostbusters. It's really interesting. I mean, it looks interesting according to the previews. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I could rent it online, but God, it's expensive to rent. It came in #8 at the box office. Licorice Pizza and West Side Story rounded out the top 10, and that, my friends, is the entertainment news. Let's see what the news they're working on is over the Big 7, WTRF TV. Brenda Danehart's with us this morning. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning, Howard. So I shouldn't start this conversation with who you going to call.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
My kids loved it. I'm telling you, we had every Ghostbuster toy, every Ghostbuster cartoon on VHS tape. Tells you how long ago it's been.
Funny. Yeah. No, I mean, I liked it too. I don't think I went, that crazy to have it, but I liked it. It was fun. I mean, it was just a fun movie. But anyway, so how are you guys doing today after a nice weekend, I hope?
Yeah, it was a good weekend, just kind of quiet. It's been a quiet weekend, really. I don't know, the snow has quieted things down. It was a quiet week all last week. Didn't have a lot of activity, a lot of excitement. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Of course, it is January, so it's not like, January and February always seem like that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. What are you working on today?
Well, DK is on her way to Belmont County right now. The health department is, I guess, in Belmont County is adjusting its case investigation practices, and that's because of the high volume of COVID cases. So they're taking a look at stuff and going to redo some things. So she's going to go over there and find out, exactly how their protocol is changing and what they're doing. So that's kind of interesting. We're also going to talk to Tony Clark from the West Virginia Department of Transportation today in light of what happened, Friday in Pittsburgh, how they've been upgrading bridges and stuff. So how does Ohio County stand overall? What does he think? What does he see? So a follow-up there. Everybody's talking about the weather, but it's so far out. I know I was in Columbus this weekend, and I was watching a news clip, and they were talking about 8 to 12 inches in Columbus, but that's not coming here, according to our meteorologist. But the scary thing is that it looks like we're in store for some ice.
Yeah, freezing rain and ice, it could be a problem. I looked at some of the Columbus area weather forecasts, and it looks like that storm that they're going to get is going to come close this way, but stop really before it gets to our area. So that's the good news, but the bad news is we do have to look out for freezing rain and maybe a little wintry mix in the weekend as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, all week we'll, of course, be keeping an eye on that. And then we're also going to do something on new recruitment plans for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Taylor is working on that. And those are just some of the things we have
I
going.
wonder if she knows any
Monday.
possible new recruits.
I don't know if she does or not. She might just be engaged to one, but I don't know that for sure. Yeah, so she had some inside scoop on that one, but she's excited to do that story. So just kind of some of the things that we're working on today. And even at Moundsville Middle, the kids are doing an anti-smoking campaign. So we're going to go down there and jump on that too. So that is what we are working on this Monday.
A lot of interesting stuff. We'll find it at noon, 5, 6, 10, 11, 5:30, the Statewide Show with Mark and the gang. And, of course, always on the award-winning WTRF.com.
Love
and
when you
most
say that.
importantly,
Love hearing it.
keep WTRF in your pocket. Put them on your phone, the news app, the Storm Tracker 7 app, and you got news in your pocket. That's a pretty neat thing to do.
It's so easy. It's just so easy to get news now, and that's where we want everybody to be. Just have our app, download it if you don't have it, and get online and watch, and you'll see everything there.
Absolutely. Brenda, good talking to you. We'll talk again.
All right, sounds good, Howard. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye. Brenda Dainhart from the Big 7, WTRF TV. I have a note here from my friend John McCabe who says that the Ghostbusters movie has been out for a couple of months now. Okay, could be. I'm not going to argue with that. I have it marked on my calendar as available for rent as of this weekend. It has not been available to rent until this weekend on, what is it, HBO or Disney or wherever it is. So I had it on my calendar for this weekend to rent, but I guess maybe it's been out for a while. I don't know. Again, came in at number 8 on the box office. The only point I can tell you is it looks really fun. It looks really fun. Looks really interesting. If it's been out for a few months, I apologize for saying it just came out this weekend. I do know that it's just becomes available for me to watch. It's going to be a little expensive, but I think I'm going to rent it for a couple of days. I don't know that Teddy's even going to want to watch it. He gets a little spooked by some of this kind of stuff. But Granddaddy likes it, so I'm going to watch it. Tomorrow, Tom Squitieri and I continuing to talk about what's going on in the Ukraine, and Teresa Torreseva, who is now going to run for the House of Delegates seat in Ohio County, both going to be with us. Who knows what else is liable to happen? I don't. I do know I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for another go-around of the big gig. Are you back with me, Biffy?
I am here for a Tuesday.
Then we'll keep on doing it till we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
Investigative report has been delivered to British Prime.
Okay, Biffy. Wasn't too bad, given that we had no guests. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff in there, from Super Bowl to candidate filings to Ghostbusters. little this, little that. Before you know it, it's time for breakfast. That's the way I look at it. All right, everything going okay up there? I didn't, I don't know who's on today at noon. I thought it was Paul, but I just checked with Teresa. I just checked with Kayleen, and she said, no, Paul's not on today, so I don't know who's in at noon. I don't know. Did Bill say anything about, is he going to try and call in more often, or did he say anything to you? Yeah. Okay. Jeez. Yeah. I'm happy to have him meet. I do think his report adds to the show, but I don't want him pushing himself. I'm afraid I mean, part of me says maybe it's good for him, gives him, at least something to do. Maybe, I don't know. But the other part of me worries that he just pushes himself too much and it helps. I don't know. I'm no doctor. What do I know? Yeah. Yeah. I just hope he makes wise decisions, that's all. So I don't know who's in today at noon. Maybe it's Butch. I don't know. I thought Paul was going to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but I know he's got a real job too. So, all right. Well, I will be around, I think. So if you need me for anything, give me a call. Otherwise, I will talk to you in the morning. All right. Thanks as always. Your help is greatly appreciated. Talk to you later. Bye.
Days before the Winter Olympics start in China and the COVID bubble around the games is in full effect, ABC's Maggie Ruley reports from inside.
Everything with these Olympics all taking place in a strict closed loop. Organizers working to keep the 11,000 visitors separate from the rest of Beijing, including our ABC News crew. The second we're off the plane, we're in the bubble. Lots of lines, multiple document checks, and more COVID tests. It's a rigorous and efficient system. We're in and out in about an hour. The highway has special lanes for Olympic vehicles. Our hotel guarded 24/7 by guards.
Beijing is reporting just 71 new COVID cases out of a city of 21 million people. Still, that's the biggest jump in cases in 18 months. North Korea this morning confirming it tested a missile that flew 500 miles before hitting the ocean. That's enough range to reach the American territory of Guam. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates says it shot down a missile there.
According to the UAE's Ministry of Defense, Houthis in Yemen, backed by Iran, are to blame for the missile launch, which came just as the Israeli president visited the UAE on Sunday. Remnants of the missile fell outside populated areas. It's unclear whether the missile was targeting cities like Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, at the Foreign Desk.
Tesla now selling its own microphone so people can do karaoke in their cars. So far, it's only being sold in China. This is ABC News.
Imagine the organizing possibilities with Lowe's, where keeping it all together comes with Project Source Clear Storage Totes starting at $238, and iDesign plus the Spruce Storage Bin starting at $1298. Clean up your closet with the Closet-Made Brightwood Closet Kit starting at $119.98. Find it all at Lowe's Store and Save event in-store and on Lowe's.com. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Valid through 3/18. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. U.S. only. iDesign plus the Spruce Storage Bin. Pricing excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Hey there, Dave Weekley here. Metro News Hotline presents what's trending in sports, music, movies, tech, television, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Renowned local and national guests pepper the daily lineup with authoritative insights and commentary on a wide variety of topics from West Virginia high school sports to the financial markets. Join the fun. Every day, Coop and I dip into irreverent discussions with calls, texts, tweets, the question of the day, and the always popular In or Out. Metro News Hotline, weekdays from 3 to 6 on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I am the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Partly to mostly sunny skies, another cold day with a high near 32. The overnight low of 21 degrees under partly cloudy skies. You'll see mostly cloudy skies around for your Tuesday with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning. Welcome to Talkline on the Metro News Radio Network.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded.
We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WVRC Media and the Metro News Radio